What's good, guys? It's your boy TD, and I'm back again with another live, guys. And it's game day live, and I'm here for all your questions. So if you have any questions, make sure you put it in the comment section, guys, and make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. I said what I said, guys. This is cutting edge content. All right. So, guys, before I see everybody in the comment. Let me shoot out a couple of you guys before, because I'm gonna read off a little bit of the news. I'm gonna read off the weather, and then I'm gonna get to the questions. And guys, I'm gonna probably go live for about an hour. Don't want it to go super long because people don't watch it when they click in if it's like two hours and a half. But as long as the super chats are coming and I see good questions, I'll try to go as long as I can. Appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate everybody supporting the channel. The brand is growing. The channel is growing. And I appreciate that. So let me shout out a couple of these guys. Conscious Machine. What's up, bruh? I see you. I see you, Elisa. I see you, RG. I see you, Harambe. I see you, Joel. I see you, Black Banks. I see you, Big Will. I see you, Sport Dog. All right, I think that's everybody so far. And guys, if you want to get your questions, or you want to get a shout out, or you want to get your questions answered in priority, make sure you sign up as a member of the channel. That's a perk that you get. Yeah, what up, Joel? I see you. All right, so let's talk about the weather. Let's see. All right, guys, so I'm going live on my phone today, so I won't be able to share that screen with you right now. I think that feature is going to be added in eventually on YouTube, where you can go live on your phone and you'll be able to share the screen. But right now, I cannot share the screen on YouTube. So I'm just going to talk about the weather. So let's see. First game is the New York Giants in Cleveland. It's at Cleveland, and it's a slight chance of rain showers, but we're not worried about that. 80 degrees Fahrenheit, 6 miles per hour wind. Play your kickers, play your studs. We're not worried about that. This is football weather. That's fine. Slight chance of rain doesn't matter. Let's get to the Green Bay Packers and the Tennessee Titans. 89 degrees Fahrenheit. Great weather for football in Tennessee. Great weather for football. A strong weather game now. It is a slight chance of thunderstorms. Who cares about thunderstorms? As long as the game doesn't get canceled, it's not going to get canceled. 6 miles per hour wind is not a bad thing. It's not going to affect the kickers. So play your guys. Play your studs. And this is probably what I'm going to say for all the games. But I do want to read out the weather. I want to shout out to Charlene. She got on me about that. All right, now we got a dorm game, and it doesn't matter. Chicago Bears at the Indianapolis Colts. They in Indianapolis. It's a dorm game, so we don't care nothing about the weather. This game is going to go on. We in another dorm game. For the next game is going to be the Houston Texans at the Minnesota Vikings. 64 degrees Fahrenheit, 10 miles per hour wind. That's pretty strong, but it's in a dorm. We don't care. And let's see. We got another dorm game. Philadelphia Eagles at New Orleans. 6 miles per hour wind, 87 degrees. We don't care nothing about that. Start your studs. Let's go. It's fantasy football time. I'm gonna make sure there ain't none of these games that I skipped over that I don't want to talk about, because I'm gonna talk about some of the injuries after I talk about the weather. So be patient. Appreciate everybody being here. The Los Angeles Chargers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Outside, 81 degrees Fahrenheit, partly cloudy. Is at Pittsburgh. Let's see, 2 miles per hour wind. So play your studs, play your guys. Not a lot of guys that people really want to play in these games, but still play your studs that you drafted. There's a couple studs on each team that's balling out, like J.K. Dobbins. I know it's a tough matchup against Pittsburgh, but play him. We got Denver and Tampa Bay. At Tampa in Florida, 87 degrees, perfect weather. It's going to be hot. Play your studs in that game. We got nothing to worry about that. We got Carolina and Las Vegas Raiders. In Las Vegas, it's going to be great weather. This in a dorm, so we're not worried about that. It is retractable, but it's going to be fine. 90 degrees is going to be hot in Las Vegas. Always hot in Las Vegas. And then we got the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. Start your guys. I am playing Skylar Thompson in one league. That's one of my sneaky starts. Sorry, guys, I didn't get to put that video out about. I wanted to talk about Skylar Thompson, but I got busy with a lot of stuff this weekend. I had to buy a new car. So I've been busy getting it, all that paperwork done. But anyway, yes, Miami Dolphins start your stud, start Tyreek. I am starting Waddle. I'm not going to tell you to start Waddle, but I'm starting Waddle, and I'm starting the Seahawks. If you want to start Tyler Lockett, start him. I'm starting JSN. I'm starting DK, of course. I'm starting DK every week. I'm starting Charbonnet, and I'm starting Geno. But it is in Seattle, so it is going to be a slight chance of rain. We know that every time there's a game in Seattle, it's going to be a slight chance of rain. It rains all the time in Seattle. It's not like it never rains in Southern California. It's not one of those places. Don't get me started this morning now. Gave y'all a little snippet. Baltimore Ravens in Dallas in a dorm, 93 degrees. We're not worried about the rain. It is retractable, but they will close the dorm. So start your studs in this game too. Baltimore and Dallas, at 93 degrees Fahrenheit inside of a dorm. Let's see. We got San Francisco 49ers at the Los Angeles Rams. This is a rival game. This is a division game. Don't sleep on the Rams. I'm pretty sure the San Francisco 49ers will win this game, but don't sleep on them. They play San Francisco tough. It's going to be in a dorm, so we're not worried about that. 76 degrees Fahrenheit, fog. We're not worried about that. It shouldn't be inside of the dorm. Let's see, Detroit and Arizona. It's going to be in Arizona, another dorm game, 94 degrees. Play your studs. This could be a fantasy extravaganza. It could be a lot of points in this game. Start your studs for Detroit and Arizona. Then we got KC at Atlanta, which is the late night game. Is at 8 o'clock. Atlanta is another dorm, so we got a lot of dorm games. That's good. So play your studs. And Monday night is going to be outside. Now this game is going to be rainy. Slight chance of rain. It's in Buffalo. You know how it is. Maybe you don't want to play the kickers in this game. You want to pivot to another kicker. That's fine. Other than that, you still play your studs. And I'm still trying to get Keon Coleman in my lineups. I don't want to miss his boom game. Nobody has showed me that they are the star on this team. So, yes, sir. All right. I see you, Stacy. All right. Let's go. Let's talk about see what kind of injuries we got. So we'll talk about Bryce Young a little bit. He is expected to start again in 2024. I still think it was a bad move to bench him. You should have never started him from the beginning. You don't play. Remember, I tell y'all about this in fantasy football. Don't go back and forth. When you make a decision, you live with it, and you do what's right to get the boom. So with this, if you know that Bryce Young is a possibility, a small possibility that he might not be ready, you don't start him early. Same thing with New England Patriots. They love Drake May, but they did not start him early. Why? Because they do not want him to come out there and play terrible, and then they have to bench him for a few games to get his head back right. That's terrible coaching. That's terrible general managing. Like, that's terrible. So I think it was a bad idea. Let's see. Nick Bosa will play through a rib issue. So if you got the San Francisco defense, Nick Bosa will be playing against the Los Angeles Rams. Let's see. Justin Herbert seems to be a game time decision. So you're going to have to just wait up all the way up into the game time if you got Justin Herbert. That's just part of the game. Greg Dortch has a hamstring injury for the Arizona Cardinals. Greg Dortch does have a hamstring issue, so it looks like he might not play. Michael Pittman is expected to suit up. He has a back issue. So if you got better plays, you can play him at this point with this injury. But I'm still suiting him up and putting him in as a flex. I got a lot of Michael Pittman this year. He is the #1 wide receiver for this team. Malik Willis will be starting. Jordan Love just practiced a little bit this week. So Malik Willis. So I'm not playing anybody off this team outside of Josh Jacobs. I will play Christian Watson because I need him in a couple leagues. But you sit all those guys outside of Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs should get 25 carries today. Max Crosby, that beast that he is, is expected to play against the Carolina. Let's see. Also, Bryce Young is also drawing trade interest. So people want to trade for him. I don't know who it is, but people are looking to try to trade for him. Let's see if I see anything else. relevant, guys. I don't want to read out stuff that's not relevant for fantasy. Let's see. That's about it, guys. As far as injury, Taysom Hill will not be playing today. Taysom Hill is out. George Kittle is out. Let me see anything else, guys. Still going through. Gesicki will be playing, and Gesicki for the Cincinnati Bengals will be playing, and Joe Mixon for the Houston Texans will not be playing. So Cam Akers is the guy. I'm not telling you Cam Akers is going to be top 12, but he should be solid. He should be solid. All right, let me see. I think I got a super chat here. Bo, what's up, Bo? He says Waddle or Shaheed. Have T. Hill and Shakir as well. I'm going, ooh, that's tough. I'm going with Shaheed over Waddle. And you definitely play Tyreek Hill. Scholar, that's up to you. What you gonna do with Scholar? I'm playing Scholar in the league, not because he's gonna break out. He has a chance. He got great weapons. All you gotta do is be a point guard. Because this team got great wings. They got Waddle, they got Hay Chain, they got Tyreek. So yes, man, I'm playing Shaheed over Waddle, and I'm playing Tyreek Hill too. Appreciate the super chat, bruh. Appreciate the super chat. Let's see if I see anything else. All right, that's it, guys. Evan Ingram is out at tight end. So play Britton Strange. You can pick him up off waivers probably. Britton Strange will be fine. This team does look for the tight end position. Britton Strange was a second-round pick, and we was like, why is this guy a second-round pick? And now we see it. We see it. Like, he had a decent game with Evan Ingram now. T. Higgins is set to play Monday. T. Higgins will be set to play Monday. Let's see. I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. Yes, sir. Okay, let's get to these questions. This is what everybody here for. This is what everybody's here for. All right. Got another super chat. We got Terrell T in the building. Terrell T says Deontay, Higgins, Akers, or Javonte. Man, that's tough. Let me see. It's between. I like Higgins, bruh. His draft capital says to play him. He has a great matchup. I'm gonna say Higgins over Akers, which Akers and Javonte is really close. So I want to look at the schedule real quick. Tampa Bay defense is really good. They've been playing really well. They're one of the top 5 defenses this year, especially against the run. But they do got a couple D tackles out that help start the run. But I'm still going to go with Higgins. If you can't play Higgins against Washington, you're not going to be able to play him at all. So I think this is the week that I would play Higgins. Appreciate the super chat, Terrell. All right, let's see. I got Conscious Machine. He says, I picked up Jordan Whittington last Saturday. Then Cup got hurt. I keep talking him up, and now I'm starting him. He is the real deal. Bro, go down with your conviction. Trust your gut. Go down with the ship. There's nothing wrong with it. I have nothing to say about that, bro. I think that's, you know, you like him. Go down. Trust your gut. I'm not playing Whittington because I got a lot of DeMarcus Robinson and I got Tutu. And those are the 2 guys that I'm going to play. But I'm not going to sit here and debate you and try to tell you to play Tutu or DeMarcus over Jordan Whittington when Jordan Whittington can come out and be really good. You know, he's I don't want to say the guy is a strong guy. Like he's about 200 pounds. So he's not some guy like a little skinny dude that can't handle the pressure, even though he's a rookie. I think he will be able to get off the line of scrimmage, but I don't know if they're going to target him like that. So I need to see the game. So if I'm going to play anybody, I would play Tutu and DeMarcus. That's just me. That doesn't make me, oh, I'm right and I got the right plays. Just the guys that I'm willing to go down with the ship. He says, I'm down to Kittle and Love. I'm still positive. Conscious Machine says, I trust Lawrence will bounce back and have a big game and throw my fill-in Britton Strange a TD. Yes, I like Britton Strange today with Evan Ingram being out. Conscious Machine says, I do need to decide if I trust Javonte as my second flex in 12-team full PPR. I could play Sutton, Spears, Dobbs, Justin Hill. Any thoughts, TD? I considered picking up Juan Jennings. I do need to decide if I trust Javonte as my second flex in a 12 team. I could play Sutton, Spears, Dobbs, Justice Hill. I would go ahead and play Javonte over those guys. I do like Jawan Jennings with George Kittle being out. I do like Jawan Jennings. I would say it's close. It's maybe a tie between Javonte and Jawan Jennings because Javante's catching a lot of passes. He's getting the goal line touches. So I like Jawan Jennings. This is if Kittle was there, I wouldn't play Jawan. But now with Kittle being gone, I think Jawan gets six catches, not just targets, maybe 8 targets. Somebody got to catch the ball outside of Ayuk, right? They can't throw it to Mason. He's not CMC like that, right? So who's gonna get those targets? I think it's gonna be Jawan Jennings, but it's up to you. I usually go to the running back and a full PPR that's gonna get goal line touches over a receiver that's just coming in off an injury. So that's up to you. But I would say Jawan slightly over Javonte. In PPR. Country Machine says, see you all in an hour. Black Banks, what's up, bruh? Big Wheel says 100. Appreciate it, bruh. Rami said, what's up, TD? Sports Dog says 18 PPR. Super flex. Hold on, guys. I didn't do my question. Let me get down. I got to draw a question in here. Hold on for a second. I didn't do my poll. Let me make my poll. All right. Hold on, guys. This is not going the way that I thought it was gonna go. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so let me go back up. All right, and let me see. Yeah, Sports Dog says 18 PPR. Sports Dog, appreciate you being here, bruh. Says super flex, I need 2. He says, I need 2 flexes. Rashid Rice, Terry McLaurin, George Pickens, J.K. Dobbins, Jalen Warren, Brian Robinson. Thanks for your help. So I'm going to say Brian Robinson first. Brian Robinson first. You got to have Brian Robinson in your lineup. Brian Robinson, and then you say you need another guy. I'm going Rashid Rice. Brian Robinson and Rashid Rice, bruh. Brian Robinson and Rashid Rice. Tim J. What's up, Tim J? Tim J says, my brother, I'm starting Hurts, Jonathan Taylor, Mason, Garrett Wilson. Already played Devontae Smith and Brian Robinson. Already played. Okay, Garrett Wilson already played. Got you. Should I swap any of these with Shaheed or keep as is? I might be overthinking this. No, you got Hurts. Hurts got to be in there. Jonathan Taylor got to be in there. Mason and Wilson got to be in there. And then you got Devontae Smith. The only person I think you can swap out if you want to, it's up to you. This is gonna be your decision. It's between Brian Robinson and Rashid Shaheed. Now, Brian Robinson, I like playing running backs over wide receivers when it's kind of even. I love Brian Robinson. A lot of people didn't like Brian Robinson. They was talking about Jaden Daniels is going to be taking his goal line touches. Austin Eckler was going to be the go-to guy. Who's going to be a top 5 RB. Brian Robinson is going to be probably a top 12 guy or top 5 guy because of the volume that he's getting. Also, that everybody's worried about Jaden Daniels. He's fast. So I've said this. This dude went in the comment. I think it was Slick Rick. Hey, I love you, bro. You very, very intelligent. But he was like, hey, man, I ain't touching no Brian Robinson. That just because you got a running quarterback don't mean that the running back gonna do good. Yes, it does. I have not seen. He started talking about, bro, I'm not talking about the number one RB in the world. I'm talking about a fantasy startable running back. I'm not trying to say he's going to be the best guy since Barry Sanders. I'm just saying if you got a running quarterback that's good and he's elite with his legs, that running back is going to be good 9 times out of 10 for fantasy football purposes. Fantasy football purposes. So I would say I usually like to play the running back, but I say it's between Shaheed and Robinson. I'm playing Robinson for the fall-in touchdown, man. Shaheed got to score another 7-yard touchdown or get a jump ball at the green zone. I would say Brian Robinson, but I think Shaheed needs to be in your lineup. You probably can't get him in there, but I understand. Appreciate the question, Tim J. Ice Cold Jones says, should I start Jennings, Cooks, Foreman, or Downs as Pittman is questionable? Also, I'm okay to drop Hollywood Brown. Yeah, you drop Hollywood Brown. I don't think he's coming back this season. I think he's out for the rest of the season. He might be there for the playoffs, for the real playoffs. Should I start Jennings, Cooks, Foreman, or Downs as Pittman is questionable? Pittman gonna be there. Pittman is playing today. Now, I'm not telling you to start him, but I would start him over Jennings, Cooks, and Foreman, and Downs. And yes, it's okay to drop Hollywood Brown. So I say start Pittman slightly over Jennings because Jennings got a good role today. But I would start Pittman. George says, is Whittington that good? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know, man. We got to watch it and see it. I'm not going to sit there and say yay or nay. I don't know. Me, I'm not going to start him over guys that's been consistent. Right, I'm not going to get reckless. That could be a reckless move just to start Whittington just because. Now, I'm not telling anybody not to do it. Just be ready to go down with the ship and don't complain about it. If you start Whittington, don't complain about it. If he doesn't do good, you know you're taking a risk. I start Christian Watson. He gave me a 0. I'm not complaining about it at all because I knew he could give me a 0. The Don says, hey, TD, 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 1 flex. Okay, so AR5 versus Chicago, or Carr versus Philly, Ford versus New York Giants, Javonte at Tampa Bay, Najee versus the Chargers, Judy versus the Giants, Brian Thomas Jr. at Buffalo. So your 1 quarterback would be, you got to start AR-15. I call him AR-15. Got to start AR-15. Too much upside. The 1 running back would be, I would start Ford over Javonte. That's just me. Better matchup. My 1 flex would be I would start Najee for my flex. But it's between Najee and Brian Thomas Jr. is very close again. In full PPR, I'm starting Brian Thomas Jr. In half-point PPR or standard, I'm going with Najee. But you can start Brian Thomas Jr. over Najee. Me, I probably go with Brian Thomas Jr. I like Najee, but I probably go with Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas Jr. is doing that. He's coming for a top 12 wide receiver spot. You can tell by watching the game. He's very, very talented. Sports Dog says TD 100, 18 standard league. I need a flex. Need flex. I have James Conner, T. Higgins, Brian Robinson, Xavier Rhodes, Terry McLaurin, Rico Dowdle. Thanks. I think you got to start James Conner. James Conner over T. Higgins and Brian Robinson. So I'm going with James Conner over T. Higgins and Brian Robinson. It is close. T. Higgins has a great matchup today. Great matchup. Brian Robinson has been a top 12 running back. I'm going to go with James Conner. That offense looks good. I think that offense is the best. George says, TD, I'm in a half-point PPR league. I need to either start Najee, Warren, Devin, Michael Wilson, stack with Kyler, or Tobin in my flex. I don't know what to do. I need to start either Najee, Warren, Devin Singletary, Michael Wilson, stack with Kyler, or Tolbert in my flex. I'm going with Najee slightly over Devin Singletary. I like Devin Singletary, but he has a hell of a matchup with the Cleveland Browns. That defense is like that. So I'm gonna go with Najee. Najee's getting the goal line touches. They want to establish the run. They bringing Justin Fields along slowly. So I would say Najee over Warren. We need to see Warren get back healthy with that hamstring injury. Devin has a tough matchup. Michael Wilson is just another guy, but he's on a good offense. So I'm going with Najee. Joel says, I'm 0-2 and this week is massive. Right. I would like to let me know what your team looked like, Joel. I don't know when you found me, but I would like to know what your team is, because most of the guys that I've been saying been hitting. So most of my guys should be 1-1 or 2-0. But I would like to see your team. Harami says, Phil, Andy Dalton might save the Panthers, not in real life, but for fantasy purpose. Facts. I'm playing Andy Dalton in the league. I got Jordan Love with an injury. Also got Tua with an injury in a couple leagues. So I got to start Andy Dalton in the league. Let's see here. Robert Christensen, what's up, Robert? So you think Akers will get 20 touches? No, I don't think so. I think he would get 10 to 15. And I think he'd get a goal line carry or two. 10 to 15. NMB, he says, what wide receiver would you trade Debo for? Not trying to deal with injuries. Tank Dale, Rashid Shaheed, and Malik Neighbors. Those are the guys that I'm willing to target. Maybe Garrett Wilson if you could get Garrett Wilson. So those are a couple guys that I'm targeting. Harami says, no audio issue. Disregard. It was my phone. I backed out and came in. Thank you for letting me know anyway. I appreciate it. Guys, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. David Silver says, need two. Henry, Sharp, Monty Swift have breached too. He did me well. Walker on the bench. Need two. I'm going with Charbonnet and Henry. I'm going with Charbonnet and Henry for the two that you need over Swift and Monty. Deal Devoted said, yes, sir. What are your thoughts starting Minshew today? Good or so-so? I think he's good. I love Minshew. Guys, don't you know Minshew has more passing attempts than any other quarterback, if I'm not mistaken? Minshew was putting the ball in the air. I think it's nothing wrong with playing Minshew today. I'm actually playing Minshew in the league too. I told you I had Tua, I had Jordan Love in quite a few leagues, so I had to pivot off of them. I'm playing Minshew in a couple of those leagues. I think it's more like one league. Robert Christensen says, let it rain. Brian says, fresh cut. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being here, Brian. Appreciate it. Sport Dog says, TD, 18 PPR super flex. I picked up quarterback Carr to start now. They say Jordan Love could start, but I still go Carr. My concern is I have Caleb Williams on my bench. Do I cut Williams if Carr excels? No, you never cut Williams. Don't cut Williams. I think he could grow into a good fourth quadrant player. But if somebody is on a waiver that's like balling out and you have to cut him, yes, that's different. But just to cut him just because he's not playing good, don't do that. Not right now. But he said super flex. I picked up Carr to start now. They say Jordan Love could start, but he's not starting today. Jordan Love is out. But I still go Carr. My concern is I have Caleb Williams on my bench. Do I cut Williams if Carr excels? Not right now. I say wait to see what Jordan Love looks like. If Jordan Love looking good and Carr still playing good, then yeah. But what I'm saying is, who knows if Carr gonna have like 17 good weeks? Maybe he fade off at the end of the season. Teams catch up with him, and then Williams start playing better, running the ball, moving outside the pocket, making some dynamic plays. You don't want nobody else to pick that up, and you have to play against him, right? That's like you don't want to get rid of a girl and then she get with a friend of yours, and then you got to be at a function and he out there with your girl. You know that. I hope that makes sense. So I would say hold on to Caleb and let him see if he can push Carr. If Carr starts falling off, or if Jordan Love can't get back to where he once was before the injury. What's going on, Charlene? Heroes Cape Custom Creations. Appreciate you being here. He says, got a bench one between ETN, Jacob, Charbonnet, Zay, and London. What you think? Got a bench one between ETN, Jacob, Charbonnet, Zay, London. What you think? I would bench Charbonnet. Jacobs is going to get 25 carries. ETN with Tank Bixby. I think Tank Bixby got a little bit of injury. I think he's going to be okay. Zay is balling out. Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers is elite PPR machine. And London is close, but London, I can't bench London. I can't get super cute on week 3. I can't be that cute. I would normally say I don't like London. I think people should be trading London. But I'm going to say Charbonnet in this instance because you got really other good running backs and a wide receiver. So I'm going to say Charbonnet. Between Charbonnet and London. Angel. What's up, Angel? I see you, Siobhan. Angel says Kyler Murray quarterback, CeeDee Lamb. Kyler Murray the quarterback, CeeDee Lamb, Marvin Harrison Jr., Devontae Smith, Rashid Rice. Who is the odd man out for PPR? I gotta say Rashid Rice, but it's close. All those guys are starters. I want to start off by all those guys are starters. So it would probably be Rashid Rice if you ask me. I would bench Rashid Rice. Dylan, what's up, Dylan? Dylan says full PPR. Dylan Fink, he says full PPR. Grade my trade. I can't grade. I don't grade trades, bruh. Not unless you're a member of the channel. Appreciate you being here, Dylan. But I'll go over it really, really quick because it's not long. But this is the first time, so Worthy, McBride, Kamara received Chris Olave. Yeah, if you sent out McBride and Kamara and you got Olave and Mark Andrews, I don't like that trade. I'm high on McBride. I'm high on Kamara. And you got Chris Olave, who I feel like might gonna be okay, but he's not. I think Rashid Shaheed is better than him. That's just my 2 cents. Needed a wide receiver upgrade. Bad, and I have likely so nice tight end stack. Okay, I see what you're saying with the Mark Andrews, but I just not that high on Chris Olave, and I wouldn't have gave up Kamara to get James Cook. I like James Cook, but Kamara is him. I'm gonna get at a C minus. I'm gonna get at a C minus because you had McBride and Kamara, who probably gonna be number 1 at their position or top 5 at their position. Appreciate that, Dylan. Terrell said Deontay Higgins, Akers, or Javonte. I'm gonna go with Higgins. I'm going with Higgins. CHB says Skylar Thompson will hold it down today. I believe that too. I believe that too. Tron Force says, what up, TD? Would you play DeMarcus Robinson or Terry McLaurin at the flex this week? Man, that's tough. I would play Terry McLaurin. I would play Terry. I know it don't look good. He hasn't played good in the last couple games. I know he has a rookie quarterback, but they got to get this guy the ball if they want to do anything. DeMarcus Robinson has a role, but like y'all talking about Whittington, Tutu, Johnson. There's a lot of guys that can get some targets. And DeMarcus, how we seen him be an alpha that can take 12 targets. We never really seen that. We seen him get a couple of deep balls and be fantasy valuable. Terry McLaurin can take on a lot of targets. I'm going to say Terry McLaurin, man, for this week, man. I'm sorry. I got to go with Terry over DeMarcus. DeMarcus, I know everybody wants to play him and everybody's scared of Terry. I'm going to go with Terry McLaurin. George says half point PPR. Flex spot. Do I start Najee, Warren, Devin, Michael Wilson, stack with Carlo October? I thought I did that one a little bit earlier, but I'm going to go with Najee. I think I did that one earlier. Rami says Stafford or Dalton as quarterback 2 in the Superflex league. I'm going with Stafford. I'm not going with the unknown. I'm going to go ahead and play Stafford if it's Andy Dalton. I'm going to go ahead and play with Stafford. Now, if you got a really good team, There's nothing wrong with going with Dalton. If you got studs, running backs, wide receivers, tight end, flex plays, you can play Dalton. But I'm dancing with the girl that I came to the party with. I'm not gonna go with the unknown. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't want to be going home by myself, right? Pause. So I would say Stafford. Zach Miles says Deontay Johnson or Brian Thomas Jr. I'm going with Brian Thomas Jr. Tron says, would you consider trading Cup? If so, what type of value does he have? Would you trade Cup and McConkey and Pickens and Bowers? I would try to hold on to McConkey, Pickens, and Bowers. I don't want to get rid of those. Would I trade Cup? Yes, I would trade Cup, and I would try to get Malik Neighbors. Other than that, I'm not going down to the bottom. I would try to get Brian Thomas Jr., Tank Dell, and something else, right? Maybe a 2-for-1 with Tank Dell and another player. I wouldn't go to T. Higgins. That's a nice trade that you could do if you like T. Higgins. I'm not high on T. Higgins. So, but yes, I would trade Cup, but I'm not trading McConkey, Pickens, and Bowers. They got too much upside. Robert Christensen says full PPR, Akers or Keon Coleman. Akers. You got to go with Akers. He's getting the goal line touches. I like Keon Coleman in a couple leagues, but not over Akers. Nick Metcalf, what's going on, Nick? He says, what Broncos going to do this year? I don't know, man. Develop Bo Nix. See what they got between the receivers so they can go into next year. That's what I would say. Juris Doctor, what's up, bruh? He says, would you play Singletary, Harris, JSN, or Brian Thomas for the flex this week? Brian Thomas, but it's close between Brian Thomas and JSN. But I'm going to go with Brian Thomas. I think he is a little bit closer to getting targets on that team than JSN. JSN got 12 targets last week, but he got Tyler Lockett that he got to compete with, and he got DK, and he got Zach Charbonnet catching passes out the backfield. Not really worried about Zach Charbonnet as far as taking targets from JSN, but I'm very worried about Tyler Lockett and DK. So I would go with Brian Thomas because I'm not worried about no Christian Kirk. I'm not worried about no Britton Strange. I'm not worried about Travis Etienne. They need to get Brian Thomas the ball. Everybody knows that. So I'm going with Brian Thomas over JSN. Harris is a good play too. Singletary has a tough matchup. But Harris is a good play, but he can't compete with, in a full PPR league, Brian Thomas, if you ask me. Voltron! What's going on, Voltron Comedy? There we go with this bullshit crap. Skipping my shit. Okay, here we go. Voltron says, bench Pittman over Juan Jennings. No, I'm playing Pittman over Juan Jennings. Play Pittman. Play Pittman over Juan Jennings. Brett Kula, what's up, Brett? Appreciate it. He says, Rashid Shaheed or Jerome Ford in the flex. I'm going... That's close. I'm going Rashid Shaheed. I've been high on him all in the offseason. Why would I go away from him now? Just because you got a running back who quite don't have the capital for me to bench Rashid Shaheed. He quite don't have it. I like Jerome Ford in most instances, but I can't play him over Rashid Shaheed. I'm going with Rashid Shaheed. Floyd's D and K, what's up? He says, dude, will you help me? I got you. He says, help me select my flex spots this week. Yeah, I got you, bro. Put it in the chat or super chat if you want to skip the line. Sean Bonds with the super chat. Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that. Matthew Wood says Cam Akers or Carson Steele. You know what? I'm gonna get cute, man. Listen, this is tomato. This is a tomato question. This is a tomato question. And what I mean when I say tomato, guys, it's even. But I'm going to tell you what I'm going to say. I'm going to say Carson Steele. Cam Akers, I will go to Carson Steele when it comes up to against a Cam Akers. I wouldn't do it against Zach Charbonnet or nobody. Carson is ranked after those guys. But Cam Akers, I might put him above just for the fact that they didn't activate Kareem Hunt. It's just Carson Steele and Samaje Perine. Samarji Pittman is not going to get the goal line running in. They're going to get Carson, and Carson runs harder than Pacheco. Pacheco run hard as hell. But Carson is a strong guy, pause, right? Like, you can tell he dragged people. So this is why they kept Carson on the team and got rid of Deneric Prince, because Carson just ran so hard. For 5 yards, he was dragging everybody in the whole offseason, summer, whatever. Only thing, they just want to make sure he hold on to the ball. I'm going with Carson still slightly over Cam Akers, who I believe can get a fall-in touchdown. I don't believe Cam Akers going to break a 70-yard run. I don't believe Carson will, but I believe Carson can get 2 fall-in touchdowns, because we know Kansas City offense will be moving between the 20s. So I'm going to go with Carson still on this one. That's my tomato guy. You could go with Cam Akers. Either one, I think you'll be okay between those two. I'm going with Carson. The Don says, get the likes up, everyone. Yes, let's get the likes up. All right, Rock Out. Appreciate you, bro. He says Carr, hot hand, or Purdy. I got to go with Carr. We're only having Brandon Ayuk. So I'm going with Carr with the hot hand over Purdy, because Purdy doesn't have, I mean, Juwan Jennings is fine, but he only had no George Kittle. He only has Mason and Brandon Ayuk. Purdy needs those weapons to me. He could still outplay Carr. I'm going to still go with Carr. Carr, I'm going to go with Carr. I'm going with Carr. Dance with the girl that you came to the party with. Eddie. What's up, Eddie? Eddie says Dale or Worthy have PPR. I'm going with Tank Dale over Worthy. I'm going with Tank Dale over Worthy. Floyd DNK says Dobbins. Says Dobbins against Pitts D. Right, I know they're going against Pitts D. Shakir or Swift in my flex. Please help, big dog. I really don't know. You got to go ahead and play Dobbins. I know what you're thinking. You trying to play the best. Sometimes, bruh, you don't overthink it. Just play your guys. I know you might go back and tell me, hey, I played Dobbins and he got shut down. I'm gonna be like, I don't care. I'm still gonna play Dobbins again and 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 again. He's been top 5 for the last 2 weeks. I'm gonna get cute and not play him just because he playing against the Pittsburgh D. I don't play fantasy that way. If you want to get that analytical, there's guys out there that'll break every single thing down. They'll break down the toe, how big his toe is if he can fall forward. I'm not gonna break that down. I'm just going to go, what? Oh, he top 5? 2 weeks in a row? Play him. Oh, he's playing against the best defense in the history of the NFL. They haven't allowed a guy get 1 yard. I'm playing Dobbins. I'm still playing Dobbins. So play Dobbins, bro. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Don't let matchups tell you to sit top 5 guys. No matchup is, I'm not sitting a top 12 guy for no matchup. Now, outside the top 12, I will sit your ass. Most of the time. But not when you top 5, you automatically playing. I don't care if you're going up against the Pro Bowl team or the Hall of Fame team. I'm playing you. Rock Out. Appreciate that, bro. He says cutting edge content. Yes, sir. People don't want to believe. They want me to say 5 times 5 equals 25, play J.K. Dobbins. That ain't my cutting. My cutting edge is I'm going down with the ship with my players. And let's see what happens. Make sure I'm failing. Make sure I ain't as good as I say I am. Oh, I'm hitting. What's going on? I don't know. Remember, I should be riding the short bus. I'm slow. I got autism. Robbie Snipe says, should I start Zach Moss or David Montgomery? I'm going to go with Zach Moss today. I don't feel great about that, but he has a great matchup, man. I'm firing up my Cincinnati Bengals, bro. T. Higgins is a starter. Jamar Chase is a starter. T. Higgins is a starter. Jamar Chase is a starter. T. Higgins, Jamar. Joe Burrow. That's those 3 guys you got to start this week. You got to start those 3 guys this week. I love David Montgomery, but I can't, not the matchup against Washington. Zach Moss could have a fall-in touchdown. Ken Marto, what's up, Ken? Ken says, Rashid Shaheed or Chris Olave. Rashid Shaheed. Both of them are starters, but I'm going Rashid Shaheed. If Rashid Shaheed can't get a star now, he should never be able to get a star. If he can't get a star from you now, he ain't gonna never be able to get a star. I mean, this guy been balling out. He's the top 5 wide receiver. Gavin Holloway, appreciate you being here, Gavin. He says Drake London or Jamison Williams. Bro, I'm gonna get cute. Usually I would tell you to go with Drake London. That's a star. You drafted him early. But when I'm so off on a player, not trying to say that I'm right or wrong, but when I'm so off on a player, man, sometimes I just can't tell you to play him, even though, to be honest with you, Drake London is the play. I'm not high on Drake. But reason why I'm even discussing this with you, Jamison Williams is balling. He's balling. So that's why I always tell y'all, dance with the girl that you came to the party with. You want to go home with somebody, right? Don't you want to go home with somebody and spend the night with somebody? If you start going around and getting all the girls' numbers, you ain't going home with nobody. Because all the girls know that you just looking for the next sleep. You looking for the next person to sleep with. So no, ain't nobody gonna trust you. You might be the man in the party, but they gonna you know what, the girl gonna say, I gotta go home. You was gonna sleep with her and you was gonna sleep with her, you gonna sleep with her. I'll holler at you later, you cute. But if you come to the party with this girl, hey, she probably gonna go home with you tonight. You gonna sleep with her. So Drake London is the person that you drafted early. Me, I'm gonna say Jamison Williams because I don't like the way Drake London plays. I think he's a good player. I just don't think he's gonna be getting 10 catches for 120 yards. I think Jamison Williams can break a long pass. They got too many weapons to try to key on anybody on this team. So Jamison always gonna be getting one-on-one coverage because this offense is spectacular. Team Norley, what's up, Team Norley? He says, really or Thielen? I'm going with really all day long. Really all day long. Appreciate the super chat. Dennis says, appreciate you being here, Dennis. Dennis says B-Rob had 131 last week. Right. B-Rob like that. I don't know. I don't understand why. I don't know if you chastising me about it, but I love B-Rob. That's one of my guys. I talked about B-Rob all offseason. I said, listen, I like him with Jaden Daniels. He's the guy that I want on this team over Austin Eckler. I'm not saying people said I was crazy, but they're like, oh, no, Austin Eckler. Austin Eckler. So I'm going with B-Rob. I love B-Rob. Now, I can't play him over like super studs, right? I can't play him over Breach, right? I can't play him over Jahmyr Gibbs, but outside of those guys, I'm playing B-Rob. B-Rob is a must start. Matthew Wood, you says, can you answer my question, please? I haven't seen no super chat, and you ain't signed up for no member, and you asking this in a regular chat. Can you answer my question, please? If I get to your question, I will answer, bro. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being respectful in the chat. Andrew says, likely or Zach Ertz, please help. My life depends on it. Likely. Play likely. I'm playing likely every week. I know what likely is. I don't care. He's at the tight end position. So I'm just putting him in there and putting him on auto. I got it on, I'm like a Tesla. I got it on auto drive. I trust it. I trust it. If I run off the road, I run off the road. I said what I said. I'm playing likely when it come to Zach Ertz. Sam, what's up, Sam? Appreciate you being here. He says Brian Thomas Jr. or Chase Brown at the flex. I'm going with Brian Thomas Jr. easy over Chase Brown. Brian Thomas Jr. easy. Brian Thomas Jr. is a star. Matthew Wood says Carson Steele or Cam Akers. Who do you I start? I'm going to start Carson Steele, but it's okay to start Cam Akers too. Dennis, he says Fields, Carr, or Dak. Pick 2 for Superflex. I'm going with Dak and Carr. I'm going with Dak and Carr. Put in the car. Put in the car. Voltron says, is Zamir White a drop if he doesn't boom today? No. It's all about the carries. If he get 15 to 20 carries, that's what he is. He's a sometime 15, 20 carry score touchdown guy. That you don't want to just get rid of 15, 20 carries and put it on the waivers. I'm not putting 15, 20 carries on the waivers if I can help it. Damian Plays says, who should I start? Tyler Johnson for the Rams or the Dolphins tight end? I would probably go with Tyler Johnson over a tight end. I'm not playing no tight end like Jonas Smith over Tyler Johnson. Daniel Morales, he says Tyreek Hill, Nico Collins, Rashid Rice. Who you benching? Rashid Rice. Rashid Rice is not a bench. I love Rashid Rice, but I can't start him over Nico and Tyreek. Lord Roshitas. Appreciate you being here, bruh. He said Jacoby Myers or Cam Akers in the flex. I'm going with Cam Akers. Anthony Moore, appreciate you being here, bruh. He says Knicks or Malik Willis. That's tough. I'm going with Malik Willis. I don't feel great about it, but I think he has rushing upside. Bo Nix, man, I haven't seen enough to make him where he start worthy. In Superflex, maybe. I got a lot of Bo Nix because I traded down. I didn't need a quarterback in some leagues, so I picked him up later in the second round in a lot of leagues in my dynasty leagues. Yeah, I'll go with Malik Willis for the rushing upside. The Don says, my bad, full PPR. Appreciate you. Anytime, the Don. Anytime. Steven Mapp says, game day Sunday. Yes, sir. Rad5 says, full PPR. Reed, Pierce, or Johnson. Thank you in advance. I'm going to go with Alec Pierce. I don't feel great about any of those guys. I don't feel great about Tyler Johnson. I don't feel great about Jaden Reed with Malik Willis being in there. They do got a tough matchup, too, with the Tennessee Titans, who has a good defense. I'm going to go with Alec Pierce for the boom. Daniel Morales says Tyreek Hill, Nico Collins. Okay, we did that one already. T. Jones says Singletary. T. Jones says Steele, Singletary, or Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas Jr. In full PPR. Todd Dollar says Jonnu Smith or Brenton Strange. Vinny, what's up, Vinny? Vinny says Olave or Godwin in the flex. I'm going with Godwin over Olave. T. Jones says Akers, Brian Thomas Jr., Worthy, or Kincaid, PPR. I'm going with Brian Thomas Jr. over Akers, Worthy, and Kincaid. Brian Thomas Jr. is a start for me today. Elisa says Rashid Rice for ETN in my flex. I'm going with ETN. Stacy says, hi there. A lot of injuries. Would you hold on to Scholar or Dalton? I would say hold on to Scholar at least for today and see what he does. If he don't play good today, then go and try to keep Dalton if you can. That's the main thing that I would say. You need to see Scholar play with Tyreek and Waddle before you let him go. You do not want to drop that, and then you got to get in a bidding war because he plays really well and you had Tua in the beginning, right? I think you had Tua, right? You said it. You got Tua on IR playing Cousins. Cousins is a nice play. Hold on to Scholar, and you can do whatever else with any of the other players that you don't need. And if Scholar plays bad, then you can move on and go get another guy. But don't drop Scholar. You need to see what he's going to be first. Super chat in the building from Jacob Payne with the $10 super chat. Appreciate it, bruh. He says, I do a super chat because I'm having fun listening to you this morning before the games. Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate, I got guys that the super chat, and some guys, they never super chat, and it's okay. It's okay, man. But he says, do you think there's any reason to start Waddle over Terry McLaurin this weekend? No. I think Waddle's going to be fine, but I cannot put in my head to be able to start them with Skylar being there, knowing that Skylar probably is not going to do as well as Tua, probably, and knowing that Terry McLaurin is the #1 wide receiver for the Commanders. So this week I would play, but would I be surprised if Waddle outscores Terry? No, because I know what type of offense this is, and I trust Mike McDaniels, which is the offensive coordinator. So I would play Terry just because of this week with the unknown at the quarterback position for the Miami Dolphins. Appreciate that though, bro. Appreciate that super chat. T. Jones says, I love when you call Breach. Breach. Yes, I call him Breach, man. That's my name for him. Breach. Man, you know, my real quick, guys, I don't want to get off topic too much because I want to get through these questions, but I'm from the country, and you listening to my grandma, my great aunts, all the older ones, man, they would get some of these names wrong. My dad was old. My dad was like 40 years older than me. He was, you know, I had an older father. Most people it was like their grandfather. But he used to say, he called Tony, because we Cowboys fans, he used to call Tony Romeo. And that's what he was trying to say Romo, but he would say Romeo, right? And I thought it was hilarious. And I got some of the, as I'm getting older, I do the same thing. I see some of these names, I know what their names is most of the time. That's just like Yosevich and all this. But I just Breach. That's what that looks like to me. When I see the BREECE, that look like Breach. It don't look like Breece, right? That's hilarious though. Jacob Penn says Waddle or Scary Terry. Okay, Jacob, that's crazy. I'm right there at your question. But yes, I'm going with Scary Terry, bruh. Ethan says, should I go Jordan Mason or James Conner? You got to go Jordan Mason. I hate to bench James Conner. Both of those guys are start, but you got to go with Jordan Mason. He got the sauce. Dynasty 39 says pick 2, Pittman, Deontay Ferguson, Ladd. I'm going with Pittman. And I'm going with Pittman and Ladd. I want to say, I can't tell you to put Ferguson in as a flex play. He's a start at tight end, not as a flex play. I like Deontay, but I need to see it first. And I hate to keep going back to the relationships, but if somebody say, hey, won't you go, hey, I like you, I'm gonna be a great in this relationship. I'm gonna be like, well, I need to vet it first. I need to see you be great. I need to see you be submissive. I need to see you be nice. I need to see you be kind. I need to see you be give kids love and care in case we might have kids later. I just ain't gonna go and just trust your word. I'm not just gonna go and trust Deontay because Andy Dalton is playing. I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, I need to see. I know Deontay. I love Deontay. I'm high on Deontay, but that offense has been terrible. I seen Ladd have a good game. I seen Ladd get targeted. So I'm going to go with Pittman and Ladd. Pittman and Ladd. Got another super chat in the building from Barry G. What's up, Barry G? What's up, bro? Appreciate it. Glad to see you here. Guys, make sure you hit the like button. Subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. And we know what makes my channel cutting edge? Because I don't give a damn what nobody thinks other than my hit rates. That's what I care about is my hit rate. I don't care what nobody else got to say. They want to say I need to be on, people said I need to be on the short bus. I can't talk. They said that shit my whole life. They said I couldn't play football. I was the top 5 running back in the state. They said I was too small to play running back. They keep saying all this. So I appreciate you being here, Barry G, and willing to listen to your bruh TD. But he said, who starts full PPR? Jawan Jennings, Odunze, Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas Jr.? Brian Thomas Jr., that's one of my guys. I said, listen, in the beginning, I like Brian Thomas Jr. over Malik. But Malik is him. I had to like pull back a little bit from that because Malik's such a great ass athlete. Even though he's a little smaller than Brian Thomas Jr., pause. But I still love Brian Thomas Jr. to hold it. That was my secret weapon. I told all my subscribers, guys, get Brian Thomas Jr. That's going to be the guy that's going to break out. They were like, well, Trevor, he don't throw it deep, and they this, and Calvin really could. I said, don't care nothing about that. Brian Thomas Jr. is going to be better for this team than Calvin. He's not a better route runner than Calvin, but he's going to be better for this team. And you can see it. Last week, when they started doing good, they started pushing the ball down the field to Brian Thomas Jr. So I'm going with Brian Thomas Jr. I think he's the guy that you should be putting in your flex play every single week. Appreciate that, Barry G. Got another super chat in the building from Jeff Whitfield. Yo, what's up, Jeff? Appreciate it, man. Subscribe to the channel. This is cutting edge content. I appreciate you guys being here. He says Richardson or Daniels, flex Neighbors or Pollard. So, in full PPR, bro, you got to go with Neighbors over Pollard. Now, you might say, well, I thought you said go with the running back when it's close. When it comes to Neighbors, that Pollard ain't close to him. Now, who would be close to him would be a guy like B. John Robinson. Those like the top three, Saquon Barkley. That's the only way that I would ever sit Neighbors. I can't sit him for Pollard, who's trending as a top 7, top 5 guy. No, I'm not sitting Neighbors over there. You got to play Neighbors. I know nobody likes Daniel Jones. We don't give. It's not about Daniel Jones. It's not nothing about Brian Daboll. It's about Neighbors and his 12 targets. That's what I'm playing. So you asking me who you playing? 12 target Neighbor. Who you playing? 12 targets Neighbor. The New York Giants? No, I don't care nothing about the New York Giants. I don't care nothing about Brian Daboll. I don't care nothing about no Daniel Jones. I don't care nothing about no offensive line. I don't care nothing about no Cleveland. I care about the 12 targets for Neighbors. So I'm going with Neighbors. He's special. He's a special player. This is what brings my channel as relevant. That's what I can do. I'm just not looking at the numbers, right? I know Neighbors is an exceptional talent. So I'm going with Neighbors over Pollard. And Richardson or in Daniels, I'm going to go with Richardson. You got to play the boom. I can't play any quarterback necessarily over Richardson unless it's Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. I might play them over Richardson, but these other quarterbacks, I can't play you over. Maybe Kyler Murray because he's been balling. But Richardson, man, can go for the point, fifth point. You want that 40 point, 50 point in your lineup. That's how you win weeks. Appreciate the super chat, bruh. Let me see. We got T. Jones in the building. Okay, we got another super chat. Let me get to T. Jones and then I get to the other super chat. T. Jones says Minnesota DST or Chargers DST. I'm probably going with the Minnesota DST. I know the Chargers is playing against the Steelers. But let me see. Let me look at the Minnesota one right here. Sorry, guys. I know I'll be looking away, so let me move the camera a little bit. Okay. Now, you know what? I'm going with the Chargers DST. I'm not big on any of those DSTs, but I'm going to go with the Chargers. Minnesota got to play against the Texans. Tank Dell is up for a big game. I'm going to go with, even though Joe Mixon is out, Justin Herbert, guys, is active. By the way, just let you know, I just saw it. Justin Herbert is active. But I'm going to go with the Chargers against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I do think the Pittsburgh Steelers will have a good game. I do think George Pickens has a touchdown today. I do think Najee may can fall in for one. But we talking about the lesser of the two evils. And the lesser of the two evils would be, I would rather go against the Pittsburgh offense than to go against the Texans offense. That's how I'm going to look at it and break it down. Okay. Right, let's move on. Let's go to the next super chat. T-Man A1. Appreciate it, T-Man. That's what I'm talking about, bruh. He says Ford or Charbonnet in RB2 full PPR. Ford or Charbonnet. That's close, man. That's close as hell. I'm gonna go with Charbonnet because Deontay Foreman got more carries than Ford in the fourth quarter. I still think Ford's gonna get his targets. I still think Ford gonna be the scorer. But Charbonnet ain't nobody coming in for a goal line run over Charbonnet. Deontay Foreman can come in for a goal line run over Ford. So Charbonnet is just got a better shot for a fall-in touchdown. Sometimes, man, when you got these backup running backs and they coming in the game, you got to play the guy who's going to be best for the short yardage touchdown. So if they play, whoever got a great offense that's moving between the 20s, go to that offense when it's kind of close. That's why I like Cam Akers. Cam Akers is not explosive or any of that since his injury. But he's playing on the elite offense where they're going to get a goal line touch. Somebody can fall in for an easy touchdown, and that's 6 points. So I'm going to go with Charbonnet slightly over Ford. Appreciate the super chat, T-Man A1. Okay. Let's see. We got to go with Mike. Mike says 2 QB super flex, but interceptions are -4, which as it should be. I like that. I think it evens it out. Caleb Williams, Justin Fields, Kirk Cousins, Rashid Shaheed, pick 2. Okay. Pick 2 quarterbacks, but interceptions are 4. So between the Let me see. Caleb Williams, Justin Fields, Kirk Cousins. I'm going to go with Justin Fields and Kirk, not Kirk with the K over Williams. So I'm playing Justin Fields and Kirk Cousins. And I don't know why you got Rashid Shaheed there, but I guess you can put him at the super flex. But you got two good, decent quarterbacks. Kirk Cousins looked better last week. I would say Kirk Cousins and Justin Fields over Rashid Shaheed. I will go with the quarterback. I don't think Justin Fields hasn't turned the ball over. He hasn't threw an interception. Kirk Cousins has, but he has a lot of upside with playing with Drake London and Kyle Pitts and B. John Robinson. So I would go with Justin Fields and Kirk over Rashid Shaheed in the Superflex. Appreciate that, bruh. Good question. Solo Bolo. What's up, bruh? Glad to see you here, man. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. This is cutting edge content. He said, should I trade Pittman? Yes, it depends who, but I think he's going to be fine. Man, I like Pittman playing with AR-15, who is a fantasy walking boom guy. He's like a rocket, right? Ready to boom. So I want anything that's residuals around him. I want to play those if I can. I'm willing to play Pittman. So would I trade Pittman? Probably not. But can you? Yes. You can trade him. I think it could be okay if you get somebody like a Tank Dell, Malik Neighbors. Maybe Malik is out of that, but Brian Thomas Jr. Do not trade down. Because that offense is that's too much boom to be trading down for that. Right? Would I go to Rashid Shaheed? Maybe I would probably want another piece. I don't know what other team, what's on your team. But yes, you can trade Pittman, but I would keep him. And Pittman is active today. Russell Wilson is inactive, so it's gonna be just straight Justin Fields. George says my team is quarterback is Kyler Murray, running backs are Saquon and Mason, wide receivers are Pickens and Water, flex Najee, defense is Cowboys. That's a good team. That's a B+ team. Saquon and Mason, those two top 5 running backs, and you got a top 5 quarterback. I like that team. Robert, what's up, Robert? Glad to see you here, Robert. Robert says, yo, TD, good morning. Swift or Steele? I'm going with Steele over Swift. Lord Rashida says Pickens or Jacoby Myers. I think I did that one already. I will go with Pickens, Lord. Go with Pickens. Chris Villa, what's up, Chris? Chris says pick 2 PPR. Brian Thomas, Amari Cooper, Whittington, Akers, Downs, Deontay Johnson, likely. I'm going with Brian Thomas Jr. and Akers. Brian Thomas Jr. and Akers. I would like to play Amari Cooper over Akers, but I can't do it when Akers is the starting running back who's going to get a goal line touch, and Amari Cooper's been struggling. I still think Amari Cooper is a starter, but he's been struggling. I would rather put the running back who's going to get goal line touches today over Amari Cooper today. But Amari Cooper is a star for you, as long as he's healthy. So I will go with Brian Thomas Jr. and Amari Cooper. Brian Thomas Jr. and Akers over Amari Cooper. Rob Max says start Mayfield or Stroud. I'm starting Stroud every week. Let's see. Jonathan Mentio says, do you rate parlays? Yes, if you are a member of the channel. You got to be a member of the channel. I got 4 different tiers. I got a $1 tier all the way up to a $20 tier. So if you are a member of the channel, Jonathan Mentio, I will do that. What's going on, Siobhan? Vips, what's up, Vips? He says, what's good, bruh? Lost Pacheco, feeling the pain. It's okay. Got James Cook, need RB2, either Ty Chandler, Zeke, and waivers. I got Cam Akers and Jalen Warren available. Who would you roll out? I'm rolling out Cam Akers since you got Pacheco out over those other guys that you mentioned. If Aaron Jones was down, I would tell you to go with Ty Chandler. Zeke is okay. So it's between Zeke and Cam. Jalen Warren could be another guy that could be considered, but he's been injured. So I'll need to see him play well first. So I would go with Cam Akers. I'm going with Cam Akers as your RB2. Vip says, and stash that like button. Yes, definitely hit that like button, guys. Got you, fam. Anytime, bruh. Half PPR bought it right. Cam Akers. Sean Bonds, what's up, bruh? That's my homie right there. Been supporting me for a while. He said, what's good, bruh? Start Water or Najee Harris in the flex? I would say Najee. I would go with Najee. Ethan Mokare, what's up? Ethan Young, Whippersnapper, what's up, bruh? He says, more people said they hit the like button on the vote than people who actually hit it. Right, I know, right? That's how it goes. It's okay. It's all algorithms, bruh. It's all algorithms. Sometimes people want you, they see your channel down, kind of like low subscribers, and they think you should give them all the attention. It's all good. It's part of the process. Fundamental Bear says, pick two, please. DeMarcus Robinson, Dowdle, or Pickens. I'm going with, appreciate you being here, Fundamental Bear. I'm going to go with DeMarcus Robinson and Pickens. DeMarcus Robinson and Pickens in half-point PPR. Nick, what's up, Nick? Nick says, J.K. Dobbins or Derrick Henry at flex. I'm going with Derrick Henry in half-point PPR. Tyjae Spears is healthy, by the way. Tyjae Spears will be playing today. So, yeah, I'm going with Derrick Henry for the goal line touchdown. Also, you run the ball at Dallas. They are not good at the point of attack. Kluber Lane says, what's up, bruh? PPR, Higgins or Brian Robinson? That's tough. It's very tough, man. I love Brian Robinson. I'm starting Brian Robinson. He's not going to be on no bench on any team that I got. No bench. He's not on any bench. I understand. And if you in Yahoo League, sometimes, man, you can have these 12-team leagues and you only starting 2 RBs and 2 wide receivers and 1 flex. You got a killer bench. And those leagues are not fun to me. I hate seeing people score on my bench because I don't got enough room to put all my players in. That's why I like to play in sleeper when I got 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs, a tight end, and 3 flex spots. It's enough players out there to play in those type of formats. But I'm going to tell you to go with T. Higgins. Why? It's the damn matchup against the Washington Commanders. The matchup is too easy. The Washington Commanders might be the weakest defensive team in the whole NFL. So usually I would say Brian Robinson, but I'm going to say T. Higgins, man. But I feel great about Brian Robinson. Okay. Make sure I ain't missed any super chats. Okay, Tyson. What's up, Tyson? He said Pollard, Flowers, or Mike Evans at the flex. I'm going with Joshua Palmer is out today too, so I like Ladd. Joshua Palmer, I just saw it pop up. He's out. Pollard, Flowers, or Mike Evans at the flex. I'm going with Zay Flowers at the flex over Pollard and Mike. I like Pollard. But I'm still going with Zay Flowers over Pollard in full PPR. In the half-point PPR, I might go with Pollard slightly over Flowers because Pollard been having a good year. But I'm going to go with Zay over Pollard and Mike Evans. Yes, sir. Got another super chat in the building. King of Nike. What's up, bruh? He says JSN, T. Higgins, or Michael Pittman Jr. for flex. I'm going to go with T. Higgins slightly over JSN, man. Listen, if T. Higgins wasn't playing against the Washington Commanders, I would probably tell you Michael Pittman over JSN and T. Higgins. But right now, I'm going to put T. Higgins in front of JSN and Michael Pittman. All those guys are starters, but I got to choose the lesser of the two evils. So I'm going with T. Higgins because I think he can ball. I think they're going to try to take Jamar Chase away, and T. Higgins going to have one-on-one coverage because they said, well, he's coming off an injury. Let's see if that hamstring is good. Should I be worried about Ramondre Stevenson with the Patriots' poor passing game? No. Get up. Look, that team's going to get better. You don't drop guys like Ramondre. Now, listen, if you can trade Ramondre and get like a Malik Neighbors or up-tier Brian Thomas Jr., something that can help your team that's elite, yeah. But don't get rid of Ramondre just because he had one bad game. We know the Patriots are going to struggle a little bit like that. They still got to evolve Drake May. This offensive line is young. Redraft, I understand it. But I still would rather have Ramondre than go have Jerome Ford. Where Ford, Nick Chubb is coming back. Ramondre's getting all those goal line carries. So this team is going to get better. Now, after some weeks, If you don't like it, and you want to move off of him, maybe you won't be able to get any value. But I would tell you, if you want to get the value that you can get now, because he's had a good game or two, make sure you get somebody that you can count on. Just don't give him up for chopped liver. Appreciate the super chat, King of Nike. Let's see. But yeah, Kluber Lang, I would go with Higgins on this one. I love Brian Robinson, but I would go with Higgins. Oh yeah, then we did Tyson. I would go with Flowers over Mike Evans. I hate sitting Mike Evans, but that's why I wasn't high on Mike Evans. He got a tough matchup today, one of the best corners in the league. So I would go with Flowers over those other guys. Voltron Carmody. Voltron Comedy says, do you help with DFS draft lineups? Yes, I do. Yes, I do help. But you need to be a member of the channel. But if it's a short question, I can get to it. But usually I want my members to ask me about DFS, parlays, and all that. Harami says, TD, thanks TD for the input. Anytime, bro. King of Nike says, Michael Pittman Jr., JSN, T. Higgins for the flex spot today. I'm going with T. Higgins. Vib says flex play T. Higgins or Adam Thielen. T. Higgins, only thought Thielen with Dalton throwing him passes and they got good chemistry, right? But I'm still going with T. Higgins. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm super high. Like I think T. Higgins is a great player, but it's the point that he got the matchup is so lovely. I gotta play the matchup. Okay, let's see. Let me find my spot, guys. This thing sometimes just randomly go to the bottom. Let's see here. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I would play T. Higgins, Vibs. Mike Shamhart says Purdy or Uncle Rico, aka Gardner Minshew. I would go with Gardner Minshew over Purdy today. MVM says, would you trade Rashid Rice and Quentin Johnson for Devontae Smith and Worthy? Yes, I think that's an okay trade. I give it a B. I think it's okay. I like Rashid Rice and I like Devontae Smith, but Devontae Smith and Worthy to me right now, as in today, is a little bit better than Rashid Rice and Quentin Johnson. I think Worthy is probably a little bit better than Quentin Johnson because of the offense that he's on. I think Worthy is going to get targets because he's playing with Pat Mahomes. Tyson says, who do I start at my wide receivers and flex if I have Zay Flowers, Mike Evans, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, and Tony Pollard? Who do I start at my wide receivers and flex? So I guess I'm going to do three guys. Because you said wide receivers and then you got one flex. So 2 wide receivers, I would start Zay Flowers, Tyreek Hill, and Devontae Adams. I would start all 3 wide receivers, and I probably wouldn't be able to get to Pollard and Mike Evans. I hate saying not to start Tony Pollard. I do like him. I do think he's the go-to guy on this team as far as the running backs. But I got to put Zay and Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams in the game. Siobhan says 2-0, looking at an incredible week from Devontae Smith, Ayuk, and Rashid Rice for wide receivers, one flex spots, opportunities for all 3 of them. Got A-Chain, RB2, Hall already played, thoughts about Pitts, and Njoku's out. Just got to play him. Ain't nothing to say. Like Pitts, what other tight end you going to go to? You know what type of name. You know they want to give him the ball. Kirk Cousins is looking for him. Not as much as we want, but he is looking for him. He scored a touchdown week 1, but you just got to roll Pitts out while Njoku out. When Njoku comes back, you sit Pitts and play Njoku. I love Njoku. I think Njoku's going to be better than Pitts this year. KJ says, yo, Najee Harris or Brian Thomas Jr.? Brian Thomas Jr. over Najee. In standard, I would say Najee. No Name says, when Derrick Henry going to pop off, is this the Sunday He been popping off. I don't know what y'all think he's gonna do. Y'all think he's gonna get for 30 points? He's not doing that here. He's not gonna do that. He's gonna be about 15 points to 20 points every week. He's gonna get about 15, a touchdown, about 40 yards, and a little bit whatever else happens. Now he might have a game where he go for 25. He score a 60-yard touchdown, but he's not gonna be get like 30 carry, 200 yards, Derrick Henry. Not now, but he could have a game. But I wouldn't rely on that type of game. If he get that type of game, you clap and keep it moving. So Derrick Henry is doing what he's supposed to do for this offense. I'm okay with Derrick Henry being that. I'm a zero RB guy, or a hero RB guy. So me, if Derrick Henry can just give me 15 points, I'm okay with it. Yeah, you said PPR. So Brian Thomas, KJ. KJ says Najee Harris or Brian Thomas. Yep, Brian Thomas. Philip says J.K. Dobbins or JSN in one league. I'm going with J.K. Dobbins over JSN. Sean Bond says stash one running back. PPR Akers, Deontay Foreman, Miles Sanders, or Jalen Wright. I'm going with Jalen Wright. Akers, if you need Akers today, you can play him. But the long-term stash is Jalen Wright. Short-term would be Akers. Philip says J.K. or Ford. I would go with probably Ford. Yeah, I'm going with Ford over J.K. I think you need to have J.K. in a lineup, but Ford, he got a better matchup. But I think you need to start J.K. But like I said, I hate these type of questions in fantasy. To me, these questions be like CMC or Breach, and then I got to find a better matchup. I think both of these guys are starters. Ford got a better matchup. JK's been outplaying Ford, but JK got to go against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Either way, I think both of them are starters, but I'm gonna say Ford. KJ says sorry, just joined it. It's all good, bruh. King of Nike says, should I be worried about Ramondre Stevenson without the Patriots passing game? No, just hold on to him. He's gonna be okay. Let's see here. KJ says Najee Harris or Brian Thomas Jr. I think I did that question already. Anthony Moore says hurting into love comes back. Play Knicks or Willis. I would play Willis today. T-Man A1 says Ford or Sharp. I'm going with Charbonnet. I'm going with Charbonnet. I'm gonna stay with Charbonnet. Jorge Colon says, which defense would you start? Raiders, Houston, or Tampa? I have to drop one. Carr or Jaden Daniels? I'm going with Jaden Daniels over Carr. At the flex, DK Metcalf or Zamir White? I'm going with DK Metcalf over Zamir. And which defense would I start? I would start the Raiders defense over Houston. Over Tampa. I like Tampa's D. Actually, I would say it's close. I would go with Tampa a little bit over the Raiders, just a little bit. But both of those are good starts. Tampa defense and Raiders are good starts this week. But I'm gonna go with Tampa. Aaron Holloway says, good morning, TD. Who you feel better of starting today, Cam Akers or Jerome Ford? Guys, the answers could change every time I read the same damn question because it's just different. It's very, very close. I'm gonna go with Jerome Ford. He could catch more passes than Cam Akers. I'm going with Jerome Ford. Jaden Lamb says start T. Higgins or Scary Terry. T. Higgins got a better matchup. T. Higgins got the matchup. I'm not big on T. Higgins, but for the people who drafted T. Higgins, this is decisions that you got to make. That's why I don't draft certain guys, because I don't want to have to make decisions against players that are kind of I like to just like if would you say Jamar Chase or Scary Terry? Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, or T. Higgins? Amon-Ra. Like, I don't like drafting T. I'd rather go get somebody else that I know got a little bit more upside. That's just me though. But I would go with T. Higgins. Tyson says, who do I start at my wide receivers flex if I have Zay Flowers, Mike Evans, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Tony Pollard, J.K. Dobbins? I think I did that question. I need to start making sure I'm not doing the same questions over and over again. Because if I start seeing that, guys, I'm going to skip your question. The whole question. He says, I have Zay Flowers. So, who do I start at my wide receivers and flex? Yeah, Zay, Tyreek Hill, and Devontae Adams. Appreciate it, Young Stacer. Young Stacer. Appreciate it, bro. I apologize if I'm missing your name out. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you super chat. Let me see here. We got Brian Thomas Jr. or Najee Harris. Brian Thomas Jr. Siobhan says facts about still dragging people. Right. Perfect Black says, can we start Rico Dowdle this week or should I roll with Gabe Davis? Woo-wee. I might go with Rico. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't like Gabe Davis. He's very, very volatile, but he can have one big play, and I could be wrong off one big play. You see what I'm kind of up against? If I say Rico and Gabe Davis cuts 170-yard pass, now I'm wrong. And I'm not saying you saying that, Perfect Black, but that's what I'm picking for. So I'm gonna go with Rico, man. The guy who's gonna get about 12 touches. I'm going with Rico. Aaron Holloway says Ford or Steele. I'm going to go with Steele over Ford. I like Ford, but I think Steele going to get 2 goal line touchdowns today. I think he is going to have a chance with Kareem Hunt being out. Trey Owner Jackson says, hey, bro, Chuba or Pittman Jr. today. I'm going with Pittman Jr. Team Norley says Ridley or Thielen. I'm going with Ridley over Thielen. B. Silver says start Sam Darnold or Jaden Daniels. I'm starting Jaden Daniels. KJ says Najee Harris or Brian Thomas Jr. I'm going with Brian Thomas Jr. Jonathan Stedman says start Gesicki. Yes, if you need a tight end, he's okay to start. LJ Authenticity. LG, appreciate you being here. He says Derek Carr or Golf. I think I want to go with Golf. Man, that's close. That's very, very close. I think I'm going with Jared Goff slightly over Carr. Slightly. KO says DJ Moore or Mike Evans this week. I'm going with DJ Moore over Mike Evans. Rockout says some people want to be analytical scientists. Right. And that's okay. I don't got nothing bad to say about that, Rockout. I don't have anything negative to say about that. Because I use analytics myself when I listen to other channels, but I don't let analytical make me go with guys over that I know can play. If I know you can play, I'm going with you. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But yes, I agree with that. Gavin Holloway says appreciate it anytime. Deal Devoted. What's up, bruh? Deal Devoted says, TD, what would you do with Rome and Xavier Leggett? Trade or stash? I have Waddle and Brian Thomas Jr. Stash. Deal. That's what I would do. I would stash them. Black Bank says Javonte Williams, or I don't know if that's Jameson Williams or Javonte Williams. So you might have to put that question back out there, Black Banks. I'm looking at the bottom of the screen. So if you pop it up right now, I can answer. But I'm going to consider that as Javonte Williams. And then I'm going to look at it at Jameson. That way it could give you both. But as in Javonte Williams, I'm going with Amon-Ra and Neighbors. And even if it was Jameson Williams, I'm going with Amon-Ra and Neighbors over those other guys. KL says DJ Moore, Mike Evans, DJ Moore. Robert says, hey, TD, Judy or Ridley at the flex. I'm going with Ridley. I'm going with readily. D Wade says, seeing you a couple times and love the energy, bruh. Thank you. Thank you, D Wade. Appreciate that. Okay, Young's Taser said he didn't mean to send. I'm glad I saw that, Young Taser. He says I didn't mean to send the blank super chat. Okay, he says Chuba or Akers. I'm going with Akers today over Chuba. I'm going with Akers over Chuba. Yeah, it's okay to keep putting that back in there, bro. Like if that happens, you can flood the chat with that until I see it, because that makes sense. You already paid for that question, so I'm okay with that. But if you start flooding the chat and you ain't super chatted and you ain't no member, you probably gonna get skipped. 41 77 says Carson Steele or Roma Duze. Carson Steele. Sky Brownlow says Devontae Smith or Jamar. I'm going with Jamar Chase. Both of these guys are starters, but I'm going with Jamar Chase. B. Derek says T. Higgins or Najee Harris. I'm going with T. Higgins. Tyler Owen says, my man, Jalen Warren or Chuba or Samadre. I'm going with Chuba over Samadre and Jalen Warren. I need to see Jalen Warren have a good game first. Jack Boo says TD making it big this year. Now my channel is just growing. I understand what y'all, I always believed in it. I know the content. Really, I want to be honest with you, Jack. I'm glad that the numbers are going up, the likes and the people following the channel. But I don't give a damn. My shit been gas since I started. I had a couple okay years, but I had to learn how to answer questions so people didn't pivot me into an area where they said I was wrong. I'm like, you know what? No. You're not going to ask me who should you start between CMC and Nick Chubb, and then I choose CMC, but Nick Chubb out playing that week and now I'm wrong. I stopped doing that. So if you want to say that, I let people say it, but I just give the answer as both of them are starters, and I'm going down with the shit with CMC, and I don't care what happens, because that's how you play fantasy a lot of times, right? So, yeah, man, my channel been gas. I've been 70% for a long time. Now, everything that I say wasn't 70%, and I was making content on people that I didn't even believe in. Like making videos on not Kadarius Toney, because I did like Kadarius Toney, but making videos on like Jawan Jennings just because he might start, and then I gotta go down with that ship. Oh, Jawan Jennings didn't do nothing. Now I'm like, nope, I'm not making no more videos on people that I'm not on. So that's why y'all might say, TD, when you gonna do a new video on this guy and do a video on this guy and do a video on this guy? I couldn't take it being a black guy doing YouTube and doing videos on people that wasn't hitting, because people didn't like the way I talked already. So I didn't want to bog down my channel with talking about guys that don't even really matter. So I had to stick to my guys, Brian Thomas Jr., Malik Neighbors, B. John Robinson, Saquon Barkley, Lamar Jackson, and give you them videos and keep giving you the same videos and tell you, these are the guys you draft. I'm not talking about no damn Christian Kirk. So you can say, you didn't hit on Christian Kirk, and I don't even give a fuck about no Christian Kirk. So, but yeah, thank you, bro. Deal Devoted says, appreciate the super chat. Deal Devoted says, another great live, bro. Cutting edge content. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Cameron Austin. Appreciate you, Cameron, with the super chat. Appreciate it, guys. Showing much love. Showing much love. All right. Guys, I'm going to go a little bit longer. My phone is getting ready to go dead. So if you want to get in your question, I'm going to try to go down. I'm going to try to get to my members. So I apologize if I didn't get to your question, but make sure you become a member of the channel. All it costs is $1. And you can go all the way up to $20. And if you up on the $20 tier, you can actually come on a live and chop it up with me. And also you get half off on your first consultation. Listen, you're going to need consultations when them teams get 0-4. So you want to make sure you sign up as a Phenom member. Maybe after, I might take that off the table as far as giving you half off on your first consultation, signing up as a Phenom member. So make sure you do that this week. That way, when that happens, you already got your free one coming. With half off one coming. I'm sorry. Okay, so Stacy, appreciate you, Stacy. She says Ferguson or Parkinson. She says I have tempered expectation for both. Yeah, play Ferguson. Go ahead and play Ferguson. He's active. You drafted him. Go ahead and play Ferguson. Siobhan says, good luck today, everyone. Play your studs. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Tyler Owen says, my man Jalen Warren, Chuba or Samadre. I'm going with Chuba. Kenny Smith says, J-Mo, DJ Moore, London in the flex. I would probably go with, you got to play your guy. I would say London out of J-Mo and DJ Moore. I would trade London. Say you can go ahead and play DJ Moore. I think DJ Moore going to be better down the stretch than London. I don't know. I could be wrong. Maybe London breaks out, but I don't like the way London looked. Not that he's a bad player, but he's just not the type of guy that I want to draft on my team at that ADP. J-Mo looks like him, but I'm not going to tell you to sit London to play J-Mo. Okay. So let's see here. OB got a new member of the channel. Let me see who the member is. Joe Garcia. Joe Garcia. Appreciate that. New member of the channel. All right. OBJ says Rashad or DeMarcus Robinson. I would go with DeMarcus Robinson. Yep, I see you, Joe Garcia. Let's see here. Let me go down looking for my members. Yep. Travis Looney says, let me see, Travis, I saw you. He says, what up, bro? What's up, Travis? What's good with you? Let's see here. Black Bank says 10-man league. My team is stacked like a thick midget. Oh, bruh, stop it. Don't, come on, man. Don't get me off topic, man. Don't get me off topic. I love it. Like a thick midget in tights. Woo! That boy is something, boy. That boy is something. I need to sit one, Mason, Barkley, or Kamara. Woo! Yeah, that's thick. That's what I call thicklings. You ever go in the club and they all got on tights? I can say thicklings. I'm sorry, forgive me, my female followers. I'm sorry, I apologize. Just trying to be funny. But woo-wee. Bruh, I can't make that decision. I'm sorry, Black. I ain't making that decision. Mason Barkley, come on, that's number one, number two, number three. Siobhan, yeah, forgive me, Siobhan. Don't get me. I know you from the military, so you okay with it. Hopefully, Siobhan and Charlene and Lisa, y'all forgive me. Sometimes we talk a little spicy. Brian take us to like a thick midget. I know, right, Brian? That boy crazy. But you know what, man? I can't. Look, I'm gonna make a decision, man. You gonna hold me accountable for whatever. I'm gonna say Barkley and Kamara. Barkley and Kamara. Barkley and Kamara. Angel, what's going on, Angel? I see you. Siobhan says all good. Thank you, Siobhan, for being understanding. Thank you for being so understanding. Let's see. David Taylor. I like the comment. That's why I'm gonna read it out. Even though you're not a member, I appreciate you being here, though, bro. Appreciate you being. He says top 5 fantasy football channels going right now, 100. Y'all better type in. I said what I said. Thank you, David. I hate the. I love that comment. I know that might be biased. All right, man, you taking all the people talking you up. Hey, I'm gonna take it. I believe I am a top 5 fantasy football channel because of my results and my records in my leagues. That's why I'm trying to win them a $200,000 or $1 million to post that to let people know I can play. That's the only way I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna be validated without growing slowly on YouTube. But let's see here. Siobhan said I said what I said. Joe Garcia says, would you drop Mostert to stash right? My other no, I wouldn't drop. Let me see. My other RBs are Bijan, Mason, Javante, Pacheco, and Elijah Mitchell. You can drop Elijah Mitchell. Drop Elijah Mitchell. and pick up Jalen Wright. That's what I would do. Connor says Chargers DST or Steelers DST. I'm going with. I'm going with the Steelers DST. Keaton. Okay, Keaton Mitchell. Yeah, I would drop Keaton Mitchell and go pick up Mostert. Now listen, if you ain't gonna never use Mostert, you don't really want him on your team, then yeah, that's what I would do. Thank you, Elisa. Thank you, thank you. Just being funny. I gotta apologize to my. I don't want to my mama would not like me coming and disrespecting any of my female followers. So I just want to make sure. That's how I was raised. I'm raised from the country. So yeah, I would go with the Steelers. Let me see. Stacy says, "Laughing my ass." Yeah, you too, Stacy. I know you. I know you could take a joke. I know you could take a joke. Yeah. Let's see. Siobhan says Jordan Love is inactive. Jess came across. Yes, he is. Would you drop Mostert? We did that one already. Okay, that's at the bottom. All good. All good. Yep. Welcome, Joe. Let me see here. Lisa says Murray or Richardson standard. I would go with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray is balling. Kyler Murray is balling. Country Machine says, I'm late. Been stacking firewood. Javante Sutton or Dobbs at my second flex. I need you here, TD. Javante Sutton or Dobbs in my second flex. I would go with Javante. Yep. Jack Booz. Young Tasty says Chuba Acres. We did that one already. Yep. Siobhan says, hit the like button and become a member. Cutting edge content. TD, thank you for always keeping it real. You know it. Always. Decent hi, sir. I would highly appreciate it if you could show us a glimpse of your feet, please. Thank you in advance. Now, bro, I'm not on none of that P. Diddy stuff. I'm not showing my feet. Now, if this was a live and I just had women in here, yeah, I'll show you my feet. I got decent feet. I'm from the country, but I still got decent feet. I like those comments sometimes, even though it'd be a little bit of a trolling. It's YouTube. That's what happens. I think that's everybody. That's all my subscribers and followers. Yes, that's it. So, guys, I apologize if you're new here. Make sure you subscribe. Come back. All you gotta do is pay $1. You become a member. You get your questions answered, almost guaranteed. Or if you just super chat, I appreciate everybody being here. Y'all, let's get these W's. And guys, I'll be going. I will see you tomorrow. I don't think I'm gonna go live after the game. I like to kind of digest and drink my beer, and I don't want to come on and be going live and just be a little bit tipsy. I don't like to do. My channel ain't grew enough to do that yet. Maybe later I can do that, but right now I can't do that. I answer your questions for 50 cents. Just one mic. Thank you, TD. Good luck. Anytime. TD, what do you think about MPJ today? Michael, who is that? Who is MPJ? Is that Marvin Harrison Jr.? Who is MPJ? Let's see. Yeah, I'm playing Brian Thomas over T. Higgins. All right, guys, y'all be safe. Peace.